Hello, class, and welcome back to another episode of How Not to Suck at Civ 5 Brave New World. I'm your professor, RJ. As normal, I never know exactly what we're going to be covering today, but I do know a few themes we might be working on. Of course, we want to keep the influence of our religion growing, which will be a kind of a focus of our cities. We want to take out this barbarian camp in the hopes that it will interest both Ormus and Jerusalem into becoming our allies. We're probably also going to want to keep taking a look at the trade and relations between our neighbors off to the northeast, and as well as continue searching this vast world we have. There is one civ, I believe, that we have not discovered yet. That being said, let's click the next turn button from where we last left off and see what happens. Alright, so looks like we're going to be getting a lighthouse there too soon, which is pretty awesome. That'll give us even more food, if you can believe that. As predicted, we did know that Ormus was going to be looking at that camp. If we can get rid of that camp, it's going to be a really good thing. Looks like the barbarians are attacking that city. Alright, these are the people that have the most wonders, I believe. We are right smack dab in the mid-tier. We would have had two, but it was stolen from us. Alright, so we finished that lighthouse. With the fishing boat, you see, we're actually getting five food from there. That's what that little icon means. Sometimes you'll see it for hammers. When you get 5, it will appear as an anvil. For gold, it will appear as a bar. You see that right there. Just in case you had any questions about the icons, that's what they mean. Looking at what we want to build next with our main city here. This is always a question of, again, what you really want to be focusing on with your civ, because we have a couple of directions we can go. Amphitheater means we want to work on culture. Coliseum means we're kind of concerned about happiness. Walls mean defenses, and barracks mean offense. For us, we've been pretty peaceful. We have a decent-sized military, but we haven't had a need for a big military either. Barracks and walls can probably wait. Amphitheater would be good if you want to kind of get this number going up a little bit quicker. However, we do have some other things we want to think about working on. National Epic might be something that might be kind of cool. You'll see it gives you 25% great people generation in the city, and it gives you an additional slot for writing. We haven't done much with culture. There are no other real. Oracle might be kind of nice to get if we can work on it. Something I haven't really thought a terrible amount about. This is usually one of those situations where you're not really sure what to do. I could always get a smaller turn amount unit of a different type. I know we need a trireme to help us explore this area more. I also know that they're going to need a fishing boat, but I'm probably going to have to buy one because there's no ocean passage, I think, as of yet, to get a boat there. So I'm just going to have to buy one outright in that zone. We do know that we're going to want kind of an escort for any units to go up that way. I believe our other boat... Where is our other boat? It should be... Is it dead? Shit. I'll show you how to find that later. There's a couple other tools. But let's kind of try to keep focused here. We should be good on workers, because I'm going to be buying a worker there too. Although because we have one working up that way. We should have 1, 2, 3 workers, which is probably a good amount for this kind of land. There's not a lot you can do with this shitty land. You know what? Because of a lack of anything else better to do, I'm going to try for the Oracle. Because I would like an additional social policy. And it gives you a lot of culture, so we'll see if we'll get it. I'm going to check again citizen management, see if I can get it going any quicker. I cannot. I can't really change much about this, so just leave it default. It seems as if we actually have some progress towards a great merchant. I'm not sure why I want to do that. So you see how when I change focus, it says I get +1 per turn, and default might change that, might not. That probably means one of my icons, one of my areas here actually helps me towards a great merchant. I think it's a Colossus actually. For what it's worth, that's why that happened. So, you know, in another 70 turns I'll get a great merchant no matter what. I'll leave him default for now. Alright, so this worker is here. We really want to focus on getting him to those gems. We have this worker here. We want to try to take a look at our borders. Our borders haven't expanded too much. There's really not much I can work on here. They've gotten that. We've done farms there. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy here. I want him on this side, mostly so that some of these woods can be made into lumber mills, which will help the production output of Shansuxia. As we know, Ormus is upset at a barbarian camp. Alright, we have some, let's see, let's try shooting them with our fresh guys. They're dead, that's good. I want to slowly move these guys up into hill terrain so they get the most visibility. Right here, these are called barbarian hand axes. They're sort of like archers, but weaker. I'm not terribly worried about their ability to hurt me. So, that's good anyway. I don't want to go next turn. One thing I know this city needs is a workboat. We have a lot of money, so we're going to do that. That way next turn we can put a workboat right there and they can start fishing and get extra growth. I believe my military... I need to start working on this. I did mention I want a military attack on that barbarian camp. I do have some extra units, and I want to use those extra units to get into the water. Let's see, that's 2 turns. My Adelatist, I could upgrade you, but I'm not going to quite yet. I'm not really. Again, barbarians are usually well behind you in terms of where they are with military strength. Take this guy out as well and put my scout in there so I keep getting the bonus for gold, and he can actually heal up in there. Oh yes, and how to find that little military unit. So right here you have a nice little handy dandy drop down list. This is for your research, unit list, city list, resource list, and great persons list. When the map gets bigger and bigger, you're going to have trouble finding, maybe you know there's a unit that's kind of floating around that you can't find right now. There's a really cool thing you can do. Use a unit list. Now I know I have a trireme somewhere out there, so if I click on that, double click, boom, it brings it right to him. See, I was having trouble finding him. He's kind of auto-pathing that way. Let's see what we can get. Might actually be kind of cool if we had a city there just to get that wonder. There is another civ, Spain, I believe, gets double output from any of these wonders, which is going to be really powerful. But I'm really happy with the cities we do have right now, so I'm not going to push it. Next turn, let's see what happens. It does appear as if the... Oh, ooh, what's this? See, there's a hand. See, they're a missile unit. They didn't actually try to invade my unit, actual square. My golden age ended, which means we're going to get less gold and less hammers, but it's okay. Well, we'll survive. Okay. So, definitely don't want to forget, we got a fishing boat. We're going to start fishing. Ebon Suxia is going to need as much growth early game as possible. I want all these units to be moving towards the coast. I want them jumping out, getting in the water, getting wet. Scout I'm going to have heal up there. That immediately makes me think we're going to need a boat on this side too. So, build a trireme. This way we have an East Coast Navy and a West Coast Navy. This might end up being just a lake. Maybe not, doesn't look like it, but it'd be good to have some kind of naval support over here. Cahokia might be happy if I kill a barbarian boat too. I don't have enough money to upgrade him, and that's okay. It's not imperative. Like I said, I want to really get these units into the water. I don't know if my boat's going to come back in time to escort them appropriately, but I'm not worried about things coming up from the north. Because of our honor path we chose, we know when new camps spawn, and this is the entire coast. We know there's a camp there, but that isn't a coastal camp, so they're not going to pop out in the water. They could down there if there's a way all the way around, but Alex Suxia would definitely be able to alert them, because just like me, we all can't go over deep water yet. We got a little bit of a problem here. I can hurt either one of them. I'm gonna hit the melee unit just because archers have a weakness to melee. Take these guys and move them on up so that if there's any movement in, we can start attacking. My plan here is really just to slowly kind of snipe these guys down. I mean, I'm not in a situation where I want to sort of use these guys as a culture spawner and just kill their units, but I don't want to. I'm not in a rush to kill this one. I just want to slowly kill them, and eventually I'll be able to take over the camp. If I need extra support, I'll be saving up money for that. Everything looks pretty well set here. I do want to check anyone had any resources they might be willing to give up. Nope. As we know, one of our cities wants silver, and I believe Jerusalem gives that. That's one of the reasons why we want to start moving our troops over there to take care of that barbarian camp. It will leave us temporarily weakened, but we'd have all the warning in the world that we're getting a military invasion, especially during this age. During later ages, when people can go over deep water, or they have flight, there's a lot less warning, so it's always something to keep in mind. Alright, our military campaign down here is going pretty swell. Those guys are going to die. I'm going to finally shoot back at these guys. Alright, that takes care of that. Alright, everyone get to the water. Gotta start moving these guys out. Unfortunately, I think the only path is up this way and around, so let's get you guys on turn 4 to about there. Alright, everyone's getting in the water. It's a beautiful thing. I think they will have enough time to... I don't really want to piss off Jerusalem, so I won't spend time in their water. Alright, the worker here... I just moved across the little channel there. It wouldn't hurt. We're probably going to start working on roads. I think I want my road to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over the mountain. That might be good. Well, it doesn't really make a difference. Go there. Next turn, he'll ask, and I'll say, hey, why don't you build a freaking road? They should be done this pretty soon. Yeah, but I could actually have them finish up right now. Ah, yes, our trireme. Come out and patrol the waters. We know there's a barbarian vessel somewhere nearby. We want to guard that fishing vessel at all costs. Ebn Sexia needs the growth. It'd be really great if we can start getting missionaries just to start spreading our own religion, at least to our own civ. Yeah. These guys are quite happy to kill. Oh, yay! Alright, we got theology. We've been working a long time on this, and specifically for us, it's really important. We have the garden, which is a nice thing for great people generation. Hagia Sophia, Great Mosque, Grand Temple, and Borobudur. These are all faith buildings, and 3 of them are wonders. That's something we're probably going to want to focus on. Borobudur gives you 3 missionaries. Great Mosque gives you the ability that when you make missionaries, they can spread multiple times the religion, which is something we might get into when we work on this. The Hagia Sophia gives you a great profit, and they're all great buildings on their own. They give you some culture and certainly faith of their own. So If we have that, we'll definitely have an edge in faith production. Not sure where the hell that barbarian boat went, but now I'm kind of looking for trouble, as it were. There it is. So those guys have done something this entire time. They were so far out, I wasn't worried about them, but now it seems like they may eventually become a problem once again. Fortunately, my military is going to a different camp that's more valuable to me. I'm going to make sure I'm saving up money so that I can buy military in a pinch if I need it. Because right now I have 2 bowmen down there and 1 scout up here. As far as teaching you guys how to play the game, this is not ideal, how I did this. I should have at least a few more military other than a scout to deal with any units that might come up. They haven't bothered me yet, but still, that's not really good idea. I should probably have waited, made another unit or 2, and then moved up. But I was a little impatient, and impatience could cost you. However, impatience can give you an advantage you need. So at least I can teach you that much, that if you're impatient, you take a risk. And I want you guys to understand there is a risk right now I'm taking on. Yes, when you enter new eras, city-states do give you different bonuses. It's basically Cahokia, only that's given us a bonus, so it's worth noting. We got a new culture policy. We can finally finish off tradition. Adopting all policies in the tradition tree will grant you 15% growth and a free aqueduct in your first 4 cities. And you can buy great engineers with faith. So that kind of works well with synergy, because we have a faith-based civ. We're going to be able to buy great engineers with faith. We'll get into what they do exactly later when we actually have a chance of buying them or getting them. Engineers are pretty cool, though. I'm going to get this just to finish this because I get a nice bonus. Boom. Alright. So, Eben Suxia grew. Now we are a little behind. We really push forward to this. We need to get this stuff too. Most important is market. Horseback riding is definitely important too, but not as important in my mind. Plus we don't have any horses, so whatever. Definitely want to get currency though, just to get those markets. It's a building all our units are going to want if we're going to make more money. Let's see. So we want to slowly be moving these guys down. They might take a little while, but once they're on land, things will start speeding up a little bit. I really wish there was a land bridge somewhere there, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Alright, so you guys, I'm going to have them move there. These guys start building a road. They'll start building a road. The idea here is that if I had them build roads next to each other, when one of them finished, they couldn't hop through each other. So I'm having them kind of like stagger. So they'll start a road there, and then when they're done, they'll move there. When he's done, he'll move there. And the last road we wouldn't get any speed difference. So guys, make that in mind. We want those gems. Our people demand them. Actually, they don't demand them quite yet, but we discovered him. Looks like he's Harun al-Rashid of Arabia. Arabia is a mixed bag as far as AI is considered. They can be aggressive. They're really good at trade a lot of times, and they have a lot of resources. So you got to be careful. They can go kind of crazy with religion too. So we'll see what happens. That's how the AI is set up. That wasn't a political statement. Holy shit, they got 5 furs. Well, well, well. I don't want to blow all my gold trying to get that fur, but definitely gonna have to keep that in mind. What would you want for this? Actually, you know, he's right. We do need embassies. Alright, so what do you want for the furs? Crab for furs. We would lose our crab, but we get furs. That would essentially not change anything as far as our happiness is concerned. But if for some reason we did want furs, that would be a way for us to... So like, let's say one of our cities was demanded. Right now they want wine, nothing, and silver. If we want furs, we could trade that out. You can see right here, of course, what we're getting happiness from. Crabs, truffle, copper, and porcelain. Porcelain we're getting from Cahokia. They want us to try to get our hands on dye. which wouldn't hurt. Actually, you can always take a look at the city-states themselves. Their little quests are outlined right here. These usually mean kill barbarians, and this means kill camps. These don't want dies, but if I look at diplomacy overview, who actually has dies is just Catherine. I can just see about trading with her. The reason it's important to keep Cahokia as an ally is because porcelain is, as we've mentioned, a luxury you only get from city-states. So it's sort of unique, and it's nice to have. Okay, they're not going to give up their dies. Alright, well, we tried. I don't have enough money to swing around right now. So Arabia's over there. That's where, so Mecca is our neighbor to the east. Interesting. They may actually be working on something similar over here. I kind of want my boat over this way to be an escort. One of our trade routes finished, which is fantastic. Who else can you trade with? Oh, there's something else I can do. I can move this trade vessel to another area. So maybe I can trade with Onondaga, which could be worth it. What are your current trade options? Timoak, which is good. Let's go trade overview, see trade routes available. So we want, so there's Timoak. I believe we're already doing one here. Wosankani's one we should already have active. And that tells you how many turns there are left. Right there. Onondaga doesn't really look like it'd be giving me that much gold. Currently, Timoak is 5.9. We could trade with Jerusalem, which is 7.7. And we could give them faith as well. Well, that might actually be something good to do. It'd be more useful than Timoak. Yeah, let's see if we can... Jerusalem. Yeah, that's not bad. That's really not bad. So that boat, if I'm correct, would be going from there to there. And it looks like it's pretty well patrolled water. I'm not really worried. There could be barbarians over here, but I do have a boat there. Hopefully it won't be a problem, so let's go ahead and do that. Generally, I try to wait for them to ask for a trade route. It's like a mission they'll give you, and you can get extra influence with them. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Of course, how could I forget? We have our little battle royale, and of course, I did that probably the worst possible way. I shouldn't have done it that way. Oh well. So I move there. Okay, so Oracle in 3. That's not bad. Pyramid in 10 for them, and Temple in 4. Alright, let's go next turn. It'd be great to have Jerusalem have our faith as well, because usually faith-based city-states will ask for faith to get your faith, so if they have ours, we might already be working towards that. See, right here, Zurich wants a trade route. As you know, of course, let's see, where is Zurich? Zurich's right there. So we could have actually used one of our trading vessels to move to them. If we got them it would give them a lot of stuff. It'd be hard to supersede them as ally, because Russia already has them, and they'd give porcelain, which is something that we already get, but wine is something that one of our cities wants. It might be worth it, but I don't think there's enough of a benefit. Alright, let's see, right there. Let's actually get these guys auto moving so it doesn't take me forever. Let's just move them 2 turns out. We will readdress all that in 2 turns. I could actually upgrade them right now, but I kind of want to save my money. Move you there, because the way they're all staggered together, it's not ideal. I can't actually have them path. That sucks. Alright, so the scout there is all healed up. I don't want to move him out, and just because for money purposes. I'd be curious to know where that ship was coming from, but I also kind of want to check out this side of the coast and check out Onondaga. Maybe keep them there too, tactically, to keep an eye on this part of the coast. As I've said before, I really want this guy as sort of an escort, but I'm really curious about what's down there. There could be other city-states. I have a suspicion we'll be safe, and if any boats are going to be coming that are barbarians, they'd either be coming up through the south and we'd see them, or they'd be coming from this way. So I'm actually going to explore this way, just to kind of poke my head in. That's Haile Selassie. He's pretty far away from home. Looks like Haile Selassie and Mecca might be duking it out at some point. Also, damn, he's got a lot of whales. He has as many whales as I have crabs. Alright, I'm going to actually have these guys just heal up a little bit, just for this turn. I want to get them up on that fortified position. We're going to slowly move in, like I've said before, on that camp. Not sure why we cleared the forest. I saw it said we cleared a forest. Oh, maybe it was. Oh, it was probably for the gems. They had to cut down the forest first. Awesome. We got one of the policies, one of the free policies from getting the Oracle. That's fantastic. Let's take a look into that. Now, we need to have a little discussion about what we're going to be focusing on. As you all know, I've been going very religious heavy, but I've also mentioned piety is really not that strong of a branch to go down. We have commerce, exploration, and aesthetics. I'll tell you right now, exploration and aesthetics really work on different mechanics of the culture victory. Exploration helps, I believe, uncover, if I'm correct, is that exploration, or did they change that? No? Is it aesthetics? No, they didn't change it. I have to be careful. Sometimes they do updates and stuff. This helps you make more great works of art. This helps you get little things for museums. Both of those work towards the tourism, which, as you notice, we don't really have anything in right now. It's now we're really looking at a point where, how do we want to win the game? I mean, we have to start asking that question. And with faith, you can do it usually through culture. And you have to kind of pick a way that's best for you and your culture, what you have going on, what your strengths are. Rationalism, by the way, is probably pound for pound the best branch you can go down, but I haven't unlocked yet. What keeps it locked? It had to be in the Renaissance era. So rationalism gives you ton of tech, and then everything else becomes easy. So we're kind of looking into, is there another branch we can finish off, or most of, before rationalism, or before we get into ideologies, which isn't much later, like modern era stuff. I'm never a big fan of aesthetics, because the great works of art, I feel like you just get inundated with them. As I've said before, I really like the money mechanic in the game, and this is where you want to go if you want to get cash money. You get lots of gold from great merchants. You get gold. You get science even from your mercantile buildings and stuff, and you get additional happiness from luxury. You get it all. You can buy great merchants with faith. It's not the best. Oh, I also didn't even talk much about patronage as well. That helps you get more city-states. And actually, given what we've done so far, I might actually want to do patronage. If you actually look at our map of down here, like, we are like surrounded by city-states. I feel like city-states might be a good way to kind of extend our influence and our power. I'm actually, yeah, you know what? That actually might be good for this specific instance. Usually I'd go for commerce because I like the gold, but damn, patronage is pretty nice. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do it. At least dipping into it helps, because your influence of city-states degrade 25% slower than normal with than you would normally, as we've talked about before. You get degrading amounts of influence with them over time. So yeah, you know what? Let's do that. A piety might make a little sense just because of our faith stuff, but we're going to be working on buildings for that. So let's just go for patronage. What the hell? We want our city-states to be powerful. And also, you should know in different maps, different setups, there can be some places might not have any city-states, so obviously patronage wouldn't be very useful. This one's a normal balance, so there's usually 2 city-states for every civ player in the game. So if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there should be 12 city-states out there. If I get most of them to be my ally, that'll be a very powerful and useful tool for victory. They'll also vote for me. That'll be pretty cool. Alright, we have theology, and we finished the oracle. Now I want to look at some of these nice, fancy schmancy, fucking nice religious buildings. We have Borobudur, which is a hard to pronounce one, Hagia Sophia, and we didn't do Grand Temple quite yet because of we need all our cities to have temples. It's really a matter of how you want to approach it, but 3 free missionaries would be really good to help us spread our stuff right now. We don't have piety, which if we had piety, we could get the Mosque of Zhen, which allow our missionaries to be more useful. We don't. A great prophet would be nice, because then we could add the Reformation bonus onto our religion. I'd also like to spread our religion a lot too. They take the same amount of time, and this is really, do you want to spread or do you want to strengthen your foundation? And I really like to have it spread sooner than later. So let's go ahead and do that, Borobudur. That question's more of a one of taste and how you like playing the game. I think after we finish up this turn, we'll be finishing this lesson for today. As a quick review, we are starting to strengthen the foundation of our religion. We finished up a social policy. We're trying to look towards how we want to win, and that's important. We're trying to explore more of the map, as of course. We're trying to establish roads between our new city and see about new sea areas. Yeah, that's pretty much been it. See what else needs work here. I also showed you how to stagger workers' movement so that it makes a little bit more sense. Alright, you guys are building the mine. Yep, and I also showed you some mistakes I've made, like taking a risk there with not having any protection and just hoping that they don't use this land bridge to come over. So that's something that should be noted in your notes. And how to draw out a long, protracted battle between you and a barbarian camp. It's so good. Alright. So, I think we should be tying up right about here. Who else needs orders? Okay. So guys, we will hit the next turn button when we start our next lesson. Thank you for joining me on this How Not to Suck at Civ 5, Brave New World. Thank you for joining me, and as always, game hard and game well.